Namaskar friends, welcome to the next episode of Rajan George Homes. I am Rajan George, an IIT MTech holder and a builder. Today I am going to speak to you about the foundation of residential houses. Today I am telling you that the column and beam foundation, which many people are using for residences, is not safe enough, and also it is not economical at all. First, let me analyze the two types of buildings. Type 1 building is wall load bearing structure. Here, the wall of the building is bearing the load of the floor slab as well as the roof slab. Residences has to be built in this method for safety and economy. Up to 3-storied buildings can be constructed in this method. And the type 2 buildings, where the load of the floor slabs and the roof slab is not borne by the wall of the building, but the load is transmitted from the slab to the beam, then from the beam to the column, then from the column to the foundation or to the earth. Now, this column and beam foundation, which is to be done for multi-storied building. Type 2 structure is multi-storied flats, commercial buildings, any structure above 3 story. The foundation which is to be adopted for multi-storied buildings is wrongly adopted for residences of 1 or 2 story or maximum 3 story, which is not safe as well as uneconomical. Let us see how it is not safe. For that, let us analyze a residence 1500 square feet in the ground floor. If it is a residence with 2500 square feet 2 story, usually 1500 square feet will be in the ground floor and 1000 square feet will be in the first floor. And for a residence of 1500 square feet, there will have a total wall length of around 120 meters. If we give rubble foundation for the entire length of the wall, the load of the building is transmitted to 72 meters squared of the area. That is 120 meter into 0.6 meter equals 72 meters squared. And if a column and beam foundation is adopted, usually for a 1500 square feet building, around 25 columns will be given and a column footing of 1 meter into 1 meter or 0.9 meter into 0.9 meter will be adopted. If 1 meter into 1 meter column footing is given, there will have a bearing on the earth for 25 into 1 into 1, 25 meters squared or in the ground. Here see what happens. If it is a rubble foundation, 72 meter squared area is their supporting ground. Here in column B foundation, only 25 meter squared area is coming. That is, safety is reduced to 1/3. And if 90 centimeter into 90 centimeter column footing is adopted. The foundation total area is 25 into 0.9 into 0.9 equals 20.25 meters squared. Safety is again sacrificed. It becomes 1 in 3.5. So, immediately the factor safety is reduced. And also, the columns are connected by beams. Columns are connected by beams of width 20 centimeter and a depth of 45 centimeter. Usually people give that much size only. Then 4 numbers of 16 mm diameter steel. And this is not sufficient for a 2-storied building, since a 2-storied building, this beam is supporting 2 floor slabs, ground floor slab and first floor slab, and 2 floor brickwork area, brickwork load. And this 20 into 40 or 45 centimeter beam is sufficient only for a single story building. And why structures do not fail? It is because when the beam is cast, usually it will be supported on the ground after it is compacted, after the ground is thoroughly compacted. Then partially the weight of the beam will be transmitted by the earth below the beam, thereby structure is not affected. And many people will not support the beam in compacted soil, and which is very dangerous to the structure. Foundation will result in serious problems. And this is a major disadvantage for column and beam foundation. For another reason also, this column and beam foundation is not safe, because when a residence is constructed, only 20 centimeter column is given and 20 centimeter width of the beam only is given. And then there is a possibility that there will have a difference of 1 inch, 2 inch or 3 inches while casting of columns or beams. For multi-story buildings, expert engineering people will be hired and structure will be thoroughly scrutinized under thorough engineering background. For a small resident owner, they cannot either afford to an expert technical man, or they may not get. Whereas, if it is a rubble foundation, the foundation width is 60 centimeter and basement width is 45 centimeter. Even though there is error in construction, whether 1 inch, 2 inch or 3 inch, since the wall is supporting on 45 centimeter basement and then again transmitted to 60 centimeter foundation, this difference in construction or error in construction will not affect the structure at all, because in any case the superstructure wall will be resting on the foundation only because of the wider width of the foundation. Not only rubble foundation is the option, inverted T-beam foundation is also possible. That is, we give concreting in the shape of an inverted T-beam and then structure can be built over that. In that case also, for the entire wall length, the foundation will come. This inverted T-beam foundation is suitable where the soil is very loose, or the building is to be constructed in a deep refilled soil. The advantage is the width of the foundation can be increased to 75 centimeter, 90 centimeter or 1 meter, like that. Now, let us see this type of foundation which is not safe or economical. Why it is not economical? Because concrete is highly labor intensive. Because column casting, beam casting, etc. require scaffolding and as well as labor. Whereas rubble foundation is much more economical. Let us see how this method is prevailing. People without much knowledge about building construction misguide the house owner and say, we will have columns and beams, it is safer, there will not be cracks, etc. Then the poor house owner is put into the trap. And that is because it is guided by people without much technical knowledge. Now, we have seen this column and beam foundation is not as safe as a rubble foundation. Let us see the cost factor. Cost is much more than a rubble foundation, and that I will explain in the next videos. I will analyze the cost of a rubble foundation, an inverted TP foundation, and a column and beam foundation, and tell you how much increase is occurred during the column and beam foundation. Thank you.